All right. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today to LT11's live feed. Today this topic is training for climbing. Before we get started, I just want to take a moment to thank all the troops out there for this historic day in American history. Thank you to all you guys who defend this country, who serve for us. To all the families out there, if you have loved ones in the military, we want to thank you as well. And today's a big day, so thank you to all our U.S. troops, and we're very, very grateful. Today, joining me, I have Nina Williams, Chris Wiegand, and Andrea CK. You may have heard of Nina. She climbs pretty hard. Andrea climbs hard. This kid's a lawyer, and he crushes. So it's great. So we have a few things we're going to go over today, and then we are going to get into some question and answers. A big thing that I get a lot of questions about is fingers, wrists, forearms, and shoulders. So we're going to try and hit some of those topics today on some things that you guys can do, at the gym or at your home on your hangboard. And if anything, this is all recommendation. None of this is being prescribed to anyone. Please listen to your body and understand what works for you and what doesn't. We're going to try and do some modifications today to help show you how you can make things easier or harder. Okay, so with Chris, we're going to start off doing a finger dead hang workout. Do this with a lot of people when they're first starting on their finger training. It's going to be a 10 on, 5 off segment. Okay, so he's going to dead hang for 10 seconds, off for 5, on for 10, off for 5, and then on for 10. And then at the end of that, I'm going to have him do a set of pull-ups of failure. That is optional, but Chris is pretty strong dude, so I know he can handle that on his fingers. So we're going to get started on it. He's going to be on the small rungs. He's going to be in a half crimp. He's going to dead hang for 10 seconds. Ready? Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now he's going to rest for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now he's going to rest for 5. He's going to do a set of pull-ups till failure. In 3, 2, 1. Go, buddy. Get it. Come on. Up. Come on. 1. Come on. Up. 2. That a boy. Come on, Chris. 3. Good. Come on. 4. Come on. 5. That's it. Come on. 6. Come on. Up. 7. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. 8. Come on. Up. 9. Again. That a boy. Keep it up. Come on. 11. Good, Chris. 12. Come on. He's pretty strong. 13. Come on. Come on. 14. Come on. 15. Come on. Come on. Come on. Go, go, go. 16. Come on. Up, 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 up. 17. Come on, Chris. Come on. 18. Come on. Nice. Good. All right. So, then he would rest for about 4 to 5 minutes. Okay? Give himself that long break to let his fingers get back. Again, he got up to 20 pull-ups. That's a lot. As the rounds go on, he may not be able to get to 20, which is fine. As soon as you come off, you're done. Okay? Now, I'm going to use Nina to demonstrate, if you're new to climbing and you don't have as strong fingers, how to do it safely and effectively in a way that's going to benefit you. So Nina's going to use an assistance on her feet. Okay, it's going to help take weight off her fingers. Okay, so she's going to do the same thing, 10 seconds on, 5 off. We're not going to do the pull-ups, but this is more for like kind of beginner level of finger training. All right, ready? Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. And if ever you feel pain in your fingers, stop. Okay? Ready? Go. No pain, right, girl? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest it. One more set. Ready? And go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. So if you're ever thinking about how do I progress, how do I go forward, what I usually do is I just a lot of communication with the athlete, with the client, figure out how to feel, you know, if your hands are starting to open up, usually a good indicator, maybe try to take a longer rest or don't do as much volume. But for Nina, again, she's really strong, so I know, okay, that was easy, so I'd have her dead hang, you know, on her body weight. Typically, I'm not going to add a weight to people until they can kind of go through all the rungs in an effective manner. I'd rather her be able to hang on the small rungs and add weight here just as we progress and make sure her fingers can handle that weight load. So yeah, that was good. Nice work. Okay. Next, I want to focus on some wrist and forearm training. Get a lot of questions about my wrist hurt. How can I focus on that? I think a lot of climbers I interact with, they have really strong fingers. And so when they load all that on that hand, their wrists and elbows may not be as strong as that. So I try to do a lot of cross training to make sure that when we are doing elbows that they don't flare up or get hurt. So we're going to come over here to this bench. I'm going to use Andrea as a demonstration. Some of this stuff might look similar to you guys. The drill we're going to do is she's going to start with the wrist roller. Okay, so I'm going to put this down real quick. So she's going to have the bar eye level, hands are shoulder width apart, and she's going to go 5 sets. Up and down is 5. Go. She's getting good rotation in her wrist, okay? So she doesn't want to drop her arms. Now you might feel this in your shoulders because the weight's pulling down, okay? Which is totally fine. I'm fine with that. Atta girl. She's using 2.5 pounds right now. Might be able to take up to 5. But after about 4 sets, you might be feeling a little bit in her arms and shoulders. How's it feel? Again, this is just a drill. Okay, I'm just trying to show you guys things that I do with my clients, just part of their cross training. Okay, just so you guys have examples of stuff you can add to your workouts. That's it. That's 2. 3 more. Good. And typically, I don't want her to rest until she can get through a full movement. So if she is getting tired, I want her to make it all the way up and then all the way down. Then she can rest. Okay? Because again, every time you rest, you take all that, you relax the muscles. Okay? So you're kind of like everything's recovering. I want her to be uncomfortable while she goes through this. All the way down. Nice. How's it feeling? Is it burning now? Now it's burning. That a girl. Good. Come on. That's 3. She's got 2 more. Come on. Up. That's it. This girl's a 14B climber, and she's struggling. That's awesome. Come on. That's it. Come on. Still got 1 more set. She's slowing down. So if she's slowing down, again, I'll usually do about 3 to 6 sets, depending on what the workout is for the day. So this is her first set, and she's struggling like that. So for at home, what you can do is you can make it, if you have a lighter weight than 2.5 pounds, you can make it lighter. Come on. Come on. That's it. And all the way down. Come on. Come on. Down. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. That's it. We're going to do 4 sets. Or do 4 reps. Ready? Come on. And rest. Good. She did a hard power workout with me yesterday. She's tired. Okay, then she's going to a drill I call 90s. It's going to focus a lot on that wrist and help with that elbow tendonitis. All right, so we're going to use the bench. Okay. She's going to have each weight in each hand. She's going to start with the rotations first. So out and in is 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then she's going to do wrist flexion. 1, 2, 3. She's going to do 30 of those. And then she's going to do wrist curls up and down for 30. Okay, she's going to roll down the fingers and come back up. All right, so she's going to have both in each hand, 30 reps for each. So elbows, come all the way out, right there, perfect. Go. Nice. So this is going to help, again, if you have like any type of like elbow issues, this is going to be really good to help take stress off that elbow joint. That's it. Good. 5. 7. 8. Good. Good. 9. She's using 12 pounds right now. Again, after the first round, I might be able to tell if I need to make the weight a little lighter. But she's looking pretty good right now. Good. 14. Again, she might feel a lot pull in those shoulders. So, you know, a lot of climbers I work with, they don't do a lot of shoulder work, so she might start feeling this up in her delts a little bit as well. What is that, 18? 19? Good. That's 20. 21. Good. 2. 3. Let's go to 25. You want to do 30? All right. Good. 5 more. 5. 4. 3. 2. Good. Now she's going to wrist flexion. She's going to go down and up. Good. Yeah, I just call this drill 90s.
Hey Kris, we have a question here in the comments.
Yeah.
Skip Bainey, he's wondering about overtraining. He currently trains 4 days a week, and he wants to know when normal soreness or tiredness from regular training can cross into overtraining, like when it becomes training too much.
So there are a lot of climbers, I think they go too much. Okay, so what I usually look for is like that body language. Okay, so if someone is coming in, they're really fatigued, and you're trying to do like a power workout, it's typically not a good idea. Okay, so I always try and do a 2-day on, 1 day off, and a training cycle will last 4 to 5 weeks. You want to take at least that full week off to recover. But if you're feeling tweaky, like usually, I mean, with someone like Andrea, I work with her so much that I'll get a good sense if we need to take a break. You know, if her elbows are bugging her, her shoulders or something, because there's a difference between soreness and pain. So if you're feeling more pain than soreness, it's probably a good indication that you're doing too much. But if you're training hard, like a lot of climbers do, like they're campusing a lot, doing fingers, like you want that 1 week of nothing. So hope that helps. How many is that? 10? 20 more. How you feeling? Fine? Okay, so this is a little easy for Andrea. So this is 12 pounds. So she's not as like pumped or tired as I'd want her to be in this round. So I'll just make the next set, make the weight a little higher. Okay? Good. 17. 17. Good. But yeah, I think as far as overtraining goes, again, you know, it's really trying to understand like what works for you. You know, like some people can go way longer in their cycles than others. But for me, I won't prescribe anything more than 5 weeks of hard training. Give you that week to kind of recover, then have like a performance week. So, you know, if Andrea's trying to do something hard outside, we'll go hard for 5 weeks, try and give her a week off, and she'll take the next week to go like do her project or get a new like high point on her, you know, on whatever she's going after. So, cool. So that was the 90s. Okay. So wrist, forearm drill, something I like to do. You know, people have seen good benefits out of it. So if you have wrist issues, forearm issues, or like elbow issues, this would be a good drill. Okay. Any other questions, Cam? Not yet. Okay. So we're gonna go to the weight room now. I'm gonna use Nina on some different drills. We're gonna focus on some shoulders. A lot of climbers, we got that rounded look. So we're gonna do some stuff with Nina to try and show you how to prevent that and how to prevent your shoulders from getting impinged and dealing with any shoulder injuries. So, ready? Go in there? Cool.
Swoop it through.
This is Nina Williams reporting live from the weight room of Movement Climbing Gym.
She's good at this. All right, so we're going to do drills called I's, Y's, and T's. What I want to hit on with Nina is her posterior delts, her upper traps, and her rhomboids. Okay, so yeah, so what I don't want to happen with Nina when she starts, you know, she's a high-profile climber, okay? I don't want her shoulders to get messed up. So you see a lot of climbers that come in and they're like this. Okay, so what I do for my job, I want to open them up. Okay, so we don't have any of those labrum tears, any AC joint impingements. Okay, so again, this might be new to some. You might have seen it before, but there's always ways to progress it and regress it. All right, so we're going to use a bench. okay? You want to hold that? And we're going to do 20 reps for each exercise, okay? There's no rest in between. She's going to go into her I's, do all 20, go to Y's, and then go to T's. So we're here, knees on the bench. Looking straight down. We got our I's, okay? And then she's going to go Y. And then she's going to go T. Okay? It's going to be real important that Nina doesn't arch her back up when she moves. I just want her to move through those shoulders and those arms, and that she really squeezes and contracts in the back of her upper back. Okay, ready?
How many are you
20 on each. So you're going to get tired. Okay, so arms are going to come straight out, parallel to the ears for the eyes. You're going to do 20. Go. Good. Squeeze. Had to go. Good, Nina. 5, good. 7, that's it. 8, 9, good. 10, she's going to do 10 more. Nice. 13, 14, that's it. 15, I'm going to make her hold it on her 20th one. So on her 20th one, she's going to hold it up there for 5 seconds. 3, 2, and up and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. How's that?
Hard.
All right, good. All right, now she's going to go to Y's. She's going to do 20 Y's. Same thing at number 20. She's going to hold it. Go. Atta girl. 1, 2,
Hey,
good.
Kris, you mind if I ask a couple questions about food?
Yeah,
and
go ahead,
diet?
buddy. Do it up.
So, what's a good breakfast? So right now it's 11:30 a.m. I'm kind of wondering like what these guys had for breakfast this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I had like a yogurt and a banana and a coffee. I'm just gonna have coffee until 4. I'm gonna get lightheaded and then I'm gonna eat a meal. But I'm wondering what a proper athlete, like what Andrea and Nina had to eat an hour ago or 2 hours ago, and what they're gonna eat, you know, at 12:30 or whenever we're
we
finished.
actually just went over that this morning, didn't we, Nina? But what she had for breakfast? Up and hold it. Up and hold. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. So now she's getting tired. So now she's got to do her T's. So as she's doing her T's, I'll talk about the breakfast. So must have been that breakfast burrito shake from King Soopers this morning, and not her nutritious spinach smoothie. Go. Typically, if someone's gonna come for a training session in the morning, I usually want them to have something of a lot of like caloric intake. So because usually I'm going to work them hard enough where they're going to burn a lot. I want them to have that energy. So I mean, really, what I just tell people, if you want it, bowl of oatmeal, fruit, and then for Nina, I know she drinks a lot of Go Gnarly. Is that what it's called? Go Gnarly shakes. Okay, come on. So now she's getting tired. So she was trying to like force it up. I'm going to have her rest for a second, and she'll finish up with 5 more. So some sort of shake in the morning is good, but I do like a carb intake just because, again, I want them to have that energy for it. But if you're going to try and train off a banana and a cup of coffee, you may not get the same performance that you would if Nina came in after having like about, close to 800 to 1,000 calories for breakfast. Good. How was that? Was that good? I mean, Nina, if you want to, what do you usually do for... You can describe your shakes if you want to.
Oh, yeah. So for my shakes, I usually use frozen berries because they're just easy to store and they're really good. I use the Go Gnarly Nutrition protein powder, which has so much benefits for muscle recovery for the next day, which is really nice. Excuse me. A little tired from that workout. I just try and use as many vegetables, too. I use a lot of spinach and kale and anything that'll get me going pretty much. Aside from smoothies, though, I do eat a lot of eggs and yogurt, which give me a lot of energy for the day, and I like bacon, too, gotta admit.
Gotta love that bacon. Okay, so Nina just did weighted I's, Y's, and T's. Sometimes I'm going to be a little too hard. You may not have the upper body strength to do that. She was using 5 pounds, so I could make it lighter. Or what we can do, we can just do body weight. Okay, so I'm going to have Nina demonstrate just using her arms for the weight. So she's going to have a closed fist. Thumbs are up for her eyes. So she's going to do the same thing. We're going to do 20. Go. So same thing. It's just no weight, okay? If you're doing this, it's totally fine, all right? Because, again, near the end, she couldn't complete all 20. So that tells me, okay, let's make the weight lighter. If she's still having a hard time, then I'll just take the weight away. So my big thing for, athletes like Nina, Andrea, Kris is about quality. All right, I want the workout to be like efficient. Okay, I don't want it to be forced. I don't want bad form. So we have plenty of time. Okay, I know that for them, like, it's very important they don't get hurt, that they perform well. So my job is to make sure they're doing everything right and doing it like on an effective level. Okay, so don't do your Ys now. Yep, good. Super easy. So you're gonna keep that head down, looking at the ground. What'd you say? A lot more manageable. That's right.
Got a few more questions, Kris.
Yeah, go ahead, Cam.
Here's one from Lily He. What can I do to train off the wall, dynamic moves, and or compression moves?
Compression moves off the wall? So I bought some equipment through Atomic Climbing Holds. There are these very big round sloper balls, and they're great for compression training. The GTs, yep. Thumbs down. There you go. Oh, good. Yep. They're great for compression training. I always try to look out for people's wrists on this type of training. Anytime you're squeezing, if you have weak wrists, you might feel a lot of stress in there.
I have weak wrists.
So Cam has weak wrists. So before you get into like compression training, you're going to want to do stuff like making sure you can do the wrist curls and all that stuff to ensure that you're not going to hurt yourself by doing all those things. For dynamic training off wall, I mean, if you can handle it, campusing is by far the most efficient way. It is a very high likely chance to get injured for people too if they don't have the proper form or the finger strength. And really, I do a lot of power moves too. Like I do cleans. I do kettlebell training to help people work on developing power for their body. I think that's really important, is to have an understanding and have the body awareness to learn how to propel yourself forward, how to do those powerful moves. So if you don't have like any training in that, I would recommend starting there before trying to jump like on a campus board or systems board and doing like big crazy moves, so yeah.
Cool. I guess another question about diet, like I asked earlier about eating food, more specific foods to help build ligaments and tendons. Is a question from the extras 22.
Flax oils.
Yep.
I like that stuff.
Fish oil seeds.
If you chia seeds, if you drink a lot of coffee, I usually try and tell all my athletes when they're in training to try and get off coffee, drink more tea. But flax oil and chia seeds is a big thing that I'll recommend for people for, tendons, for joints, things like that, to stay strong while you're going through your training. So.
Coffee makes your bones more brittle. Is that true? Do you agree with that?
I don't know. In Boulder, people love their coffee, and they're pretty strong and fit here. So
I don't. Yeah. So I guess another question is like, if you're a short climber, what kind of exercises? They're asking to strengthen the power in their legs.
For short climbers?
Yeah.
I just had a climber from Maryland fly out here. He was 5'3", maybe. So we did a lot of jumping drills. So we did a lot of box jumps. We did a lot of I did some stuff with bands, straight jumps. Yeah. So you can do squat jumps. But yeah, we focus on that because he's 5'3". He loves the boulder, so he's in a more difficult position than someone who's a lot taller than him. So he has to burst. So a lot of that too is learning how to really develop that power through your legs to jump. He didn't know how to do that. So it was, that'd be my biggest recommendation. If you're a shorter climber and you need to jump, box jumps, squat jumps. I have some people we go in the parking lot and we do stuff with parachutes, just learn to drive with their legs, or even just sprinting, like learning how to just propel yourself forward, develop that power in your quads, in your legs. So.
And I know a lot of shorter climbers will try to find different holds on the wall, like intermediates, smaller holds, so they need stronger fingers to support, they get into a different box.
Yep.
And it's a lot of times it's using smaller holds. So another question is just how to increase that finger strength. Mm-hmm. How many times a week should you train with weight to get stronger fingers? So if you're going to put weight on your fingers, I usually take clients through what we did, body weight stuff first. You want to be careful with your fingers. Not everyone's like a Alex Johnson or D Woods or whoever who can handle all that weight on their hands. So usually I'll go through different modifications to see, are you ready for that? If you're going to do weight on your fingers, I would just say start off at once a week.
Okay, make sure you're fresh for that day. Like, I wouldn't climb the day before and then come in the next day and like do fingers after a big bouldering session. So usually, if like I'll tell an athlete, take Sunday off, come in Monday, and then focus on like your 3 to 5 second like dead hangs with however much weight you need. But again, if you're trying, if you're trying to increase, I would say if you can hang on to the small rungs very easily for 3 to 5 seconds, then I'll say, okay, well, maybe you can add a little bit of weight on. Start off small. I can put maybe 5 pounds on Nina and then realize, wow, she's a V12 climber, so I'll put 25 pounds on her, So it's really about the level you're at. If you're at like a V1, V2 level, you don't need any weight. If you're breaking into that like V8 to V10 range, then I'm like, okay, you can probably handle putting a little extra weight on, but always start off small. Don't try and go like 75 pounds or whatever. That's just like take it slow. So.
Yeah.
How much weight do you use, Cam?
Nothing more than I have already.
55 pounds. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have one more question. Well, I have 2 more questions, but
cool.
We'll start with this one. Do you do 4x4 training with your athletes? And what percentage of the max red point boulder problems are your athletes using in their 4x4? I don't know anything about 4x4. So.
So if it's like a comp, if Nina and Andrea are doing a comp, we'll do a typical 4x4 drill, where it's like, okay, so Nina climbs V11. So her 4x4, if she's in shape, is going to be around like V8, V9. So usually about like 2 letter grades below her red point. A really good drill that Justin and I like to do with our groups and athletes is we do a variation of a 4x4 where it's a 20-minute round. Okay, there's the 4 problems, but it's more like a higher end level. So with Nina, she's doing a V8 4 times. She's going to be really pumped. Okay, but the drill we do in 20 minutes, I'll tell her, all right, Nina, you're going to do V9, V9, V10, V9. All right, and so she has 20 minutes to do that. Okay, she has 3 attempts per problem. So say she goes up to a V9, she tries it 3 times, she's done. She's got to move on to her next one. She does the next V9. Then she goes to her V10. Can't do it after 3 times. She moves on to the next V9. So really what I do for that is to have her at a higher level so she's trying harder moves to work on more power and not really hit that power endurance. Because we've kind of seen like the typical 4x4 doesn't really work for everyone, because if you're climbing V8 but you're pulling on V3s for your 4x4, it's just, to me, that's not as beneficial if I can have you pulling on 5s and 6s that are going to be smaller holes, bigger moves, things like that. So yeah, it's a 20-minute long drill, 4 rounds. So it's going to take you, 80 minutes. And you might find that type of drill is a lot harder than a typical 4x4 just because you are using more power than tapping into like that endurance. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's do some more drills.
Some more drills. Okay.
Speaking about power.
All right. So we're gonna do some core drills. All right. I'm a big fan of the TRX straps right here. Okay. This is probably my favorite thing to use with all my clients and athletes when it comes to their core training. It's super simple. It's like rings, but it's a little easier to set up. I can change them in and out of different exercises very quickly. So I would recommend, if you want to do really good core workouts, get this. The stuff I show today is going to be like basic. There's probably 100 different things I can do with you that will just make you realize like, wow, like that's really hard. I need to get one of these things. So if you're looking for good core workouts, buy a TRX. It's awesome. Do you want to hold this, Nina? Do you want to jump in? Okay, so I'm going to have both girls do a couple drills, okay? I'm going to have both girls do a couple drills. I'll start off with Andrea first, so Nina, you can take a rest. So we're going to do some superset training. We're going to do a minute on, 10 seconds off, and a minute on. So I'm really going to try and just really get after Andrea's core right now. So if you want to hold that for me. You should talk to the camera.
Hi.
All right, so I'm going to have Andrea lay on her stomach, okay? Her feet are going to face me. Okay, put one foot up. So she's going to put her feet in these lower loops. All right, so we're going to start off with a basic plank. Now, the difference with suspension training is that your body weight's off the ground, okay? So your legs are up. You're going to have a lot more pressure in different areas of your body than you would just a normal plank, all right? So this is a lot more power-oriented. So she's going to do a plank for a minute. She's going to hold that there. Abs are tight. Her hips stay up. I don't want them sagging, okay? If you needed to modify this, you say, you know, you don't work your core a lot and you're not as strong in the shoulders, then I would just have Andrea take 1 foot out, put it on the ground, have 1 foot suspended, okay? So she's about 30 seconds into this, okay? Again, elbows are under the shoulders, okay? Good flat back. I always tell people, I'm like, you know, you should be able to like put a cup of water on your back and it won't tip over, okay? So you're not too rounded and you're not sagging. She's got 15 seconds. After this, when she rests for 10, she's going to do what's called reverse crunches, okay? So when she's done resting, she'll come back up. She's going to crunch her knees into her elbows and kick her legs back without dipping her lower back. And rest for 10. Andrea trains her core a lot, so I could definitely make this probably a lot harder for her. But this is just basic stuff you can do at home. Ready? Up. Good. Knees in and out. Go. All the way in. Nice. So when she comes in, she's going to contract her stomach. Okay? She's not just moving her legs. Like when you come in for that movement, you literally want to feel yourself doing like a crunch. Okay? She's going to exhale on the way in. Okay? So breathe out. Contract those abs. Okay? Kick back. You can see she keeps her hips up. Okay? She's not dropping down. This is perfect form. Good. You got another 25 seconds. And then when Nina gets in here, I'm going to have her do some more difficult exercises because she loves getting challenged like that. Atta girl. Come on. 15 seconds. Good. Nice. Now this is, again, this can be hard on people's lower back. Okay, so she's doing a minute on, 10 off, a minute on. You can go a minute on, minute off, minute on. Whatever you need to do to make sure that you're not putting too much pressure on the lower back or your shoulders aren't burning too bad. She's got 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Rest. Perfect. Good. So that would be more for like someone starting out. Okay, that type of position there on your forearms, a lot easier. Okay. Now Nina, I'm going to add some variations to this. I'm going to give you that.
He always gives me the hard stuff.
So we're gonna do the same 2 drills, but Nina's gonna have her hands up on these pipes. Okay. So her feet are gonna come up, and she's gonna be up on her hands. So this is gonna be a lot more arms. Okay. Again, she's up higher, so more intense position. So she's gonna hold this for a minute. Okay. Hips up, hips up, hips up, hips up, 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 up. Right there. Good. So she's nice and flat. Okay. Perfect. Now with her wrist. If you have weak wrists, I wouldn't recommend this, okay? You're in a really tough spot on your wrist here, all right? But again, head looking straight down, abs are nice and tight, just keeping it up. Good, back up, 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 up. Good. See, she hasn't worked out with me for what, like 2 or 3 months now? So she's a little weaker than usual. That a girl. Good, hold that. Perfect. But she still crushes. You got another 25 seconds. That's it.
That looks really hard.
It's hard. It's hard. Again, this is like, again, if you're big and strong in the upper body, this is going to be perfect for you. Okay, so if you like, you know, good chest muscles, good upper back, shoulders, this is going to be really good. So she's got 10 more seconds, then she's going to rest for 10, and then do knees in and out for a minute, and that's going to get really, really hard. Good, and rest, 10 seconds, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, up. Okay, now she's going to do knees in and out. Same thing. She's keeping those hips up. When she kicks back, she doesn't drop her hips. Atta girl. Good. Again, she's contracting. She comes in. She's pulling in, contracting. Perfect. Nice. And again, this is a good like body awareness drills. Okay, so as climbers, I want them to be in control of their body when they're climbing. Okay, so like they really understand how to move, how to like, you know, stay balanced, stay tight. So that's why I love the TRX, because you can do a lot of things that have you moving side to side. And again, this is just simple variations of things that I can make a lot more difficult to really, really hit that core in those short. Come on, come on, come on. Back up, go, go. Good. 20 more seconds. Come on. Nice, Nina. Come on. Good. 15 seconds. Come on, come on, come on. That's it. Come on. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Rest. Perfect. Awesome.
Hey, Kris, is it
Yes.
all right if I ask you a question about some stretching?
Please.
So a lot of climbers have tightness of the pec minors, myself included some days.
Uh-huh.
So what's a good stretch to use for the pecs?
Good stretch. So I can even show you on the TRX. If you want to go stand up, Nina. So
Asks Douglas Hunter.
the TRX I can really stretch my pecs out with this. So, Nina, do you want to hold this for me? And then, yeah, sorry, get back. So with the TRX, I'm just going to walk forward and lunge forward, and this is going to stretch out my pecs.
Looks good.
Okay, so I'm getting a big stretch in my pecs and in my front delts. Here, again, I'm not like leaning forward. I'm up nice and straight and really bringing my body weight forward without rounding,
Yeah.
and letting that stretch out my pecs. So that's why the TRX is really cool. And
Okay.
then if I wanted to do like another stretch for my pecs, if I'm here and I rotate out, I'm really hitting some more pec and lat here. Okay, so this is really good stretching. You could use a door jam. Like
Yeah.
put your arm in a door and just turn into it and hit that pec. So that's a good one. Like Bo's pecs are huge.
Yeah.
So, you know, for him, he needs to do a lot of stretching for those. So. Is there another question?
Yeah, I mean, people are asking about, they're tweaking their fingers,
Mhm.
you know, and they want to know how to recover.
Yeah.
Tape up, haul jugs, cross-train.
So if you have tweaked fingers, I would say give yourself a week or two off of
I
any.
just did that.
Yeah. So for
Mhm.
Cam, you know, like if Cam's my client, he comes in, he's like, my finger's messed up. Okay, we're just going to cross-train for a couple weeks, leave the fingers a break, and then we'll reassess it. So I'll do things with him to see what he can do with his finger-wise. Sometimes a doctor will just tell you, just don't do anything that hurts, you know, so you can do that. I know for me, 2 years ago, you know, I had a messed up pulley and I just kept going, and then I blew it out at horse pens, and then I was out for like 4 months. So, you know, it wasn't worth it, but I just kept going, and I kept doing things that hurt, and eventually it just popped. So to avoid that, if it hurts, stop climbing. Okay, if you find things that work, you can go ahead and do that. But my recommendation would be Cam would not do anything for 2 weeks. We do a lot of cross-training, climate specific, and then we would reevaluate his fingers after that and see how it feels. So, yeah.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Probably chill it out on the coffee and stuff like that.
Chill
too.
on the coffee
Eat
and
right.
then ice your fingers. You know, for a while I'll have people put like a big tub of water, ice in it, and put their fingers in it. 5 minutes on, 5 off, and do it like 3 or 4 times. You know,
Nice.
which is pretty good.
And then here's probably so maybe that's the most popular question. Here's maybe the second most popular question is, do a one-arm pull-up. Everybody wants to do a one-arm.
Well, I know some pretty strong dudes who can't do one-arm pull-ups. So,
Yeah.
like, you know, Bo, you know, he's mad
I've
strong.
done a one-arm pull-up one time in my life.
Cam's done a one-arm. Nina, can you do a one-arm? I know Andrea can't do a one-arm. She can't do a one-arm. We have a pulley system here that we use to train one-arms. I mean, it's effective. It helps with, like, you know, that pure power. But, I mean, really, if you can people use bands, they use ropes to kind of assist it. But the pulley system on our pain boards is really good
Yeah.
because you can just put weight on. You know, it's like doing like assisted pull-ups at the gym. You know, you can add weight to your body to train yourself to do that one arm. You know, and a lot of times too, if I do train people with that, I'll kind of maybe stay away from jugs. I'll maybe use like slots instead.
Yeah.
So it's more like finger than just like a palm grip. Because I think that's going to be better for them to be pulling on the fingers than like a big old jug. You know, if it's like climbing, if you want to get like climbing specific, like so.
And then for me, I think the Metolius hangboard is good. It has the jug, and then you can do like a 2-finger pocket for the arm that you're not trying to do
Yeah.
one arm with.
So do like an offset and like push down. So that's what we do with like on the campus board. You know, we use the rungs. Make sure you get that big push
Yeah.
and really pull your chin up over the hand. So yeah, I mean one arms are good, but it's like again, there's some really strong dudes who
No, it's
don't
just
do one arms,
Yeah,
and some guys do one arms and they're not that strong climbing. So
it's true. Yeah, whole body deal. It's not just
Yeah.
the physical aspect. So yeah, keep going. I
Okay.
don't know. People are asking about the paleo diet.
I would recommend you look up a woman by the name of Neely Quinn. If you Google her, she's a big paleo expert here in Boulder, Colorado. She's great. Again, Neely Quinn. She can answer all those questions about paleo. I don't do paleo. I have some clients that do, and they look amazing, so they love the diet. I've never done it myself, but people I know that do it, they love it. But if you want information on that, look up Neely Quinn on Google.
Cool. Thanks. Yeah, let's go on with the training. I'll get some more questions here shortly, I think.
Cool. How you girls feeling? Feeling good? Do you guys care if we did like a climbing workout?
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to do like climbing specific stuff? Okay, does that sound good? All right, so we'll put shoes on.
What about, can these girls dyno?
Can they I mean, Nina can, but again, Andrea, I don't know if Andrea can dyno. Okay. Nina, let's jump on the assistance board. Cool. You can bail.
I can stay for like a few more minutes. You just have to leave it.
That works. So we're just going to use assistance board. Justin and I do a lot of drills on this that are climbing specific. Again, that climbing movement, so a lot of contact strength. So we kind of set it up so we can do some different pinch drills, some ladder drills. It turns into like a very power endurance workout. Put the assistance board as far down as it can go. So Nina, I'm going to have her do a drill. And then she'll go into another one as a superset. So we're gonna do. We just call it a pinch drill. Okay. So she's gonna start here, and she's literally just gonna ladder up pinches, up and down as many times as she can till failure. Okay. So again, it's contact, grip strength. It's very athletic. So her heart rate's getting up really high. It's with feet. So she's gonna have her feet on. Her feet are gonna stay stationary. She's not walking her feet up. She's going to stay square, okay? I don't want her twisting and turning. I just want her just boom, 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 just like power, brute strength, okay? But again, this is like a training drill that we would do when she's like getting into the midst of like her program. So as we're like a week or two in the program, the intensity goes up. So this is really good if you're looking for just something hard, tough workout for your climbing routine. I really like this one. So let's do these two guys. Two purple. So she's just going to go to failure up and down as many times as she can. Good. That's it. Good. And come back down. Yeah, just come back down and keep going. Okay, so she's going to alternate hands. Okay. Again, these are pretty good holds for Nina. So typically I would have something maybe a little smaller, a little more, open hand, not much of a bite on it for her. But really after about a minute or so, she'll start getting pumped. But I want it to be a minute, usually a minute on. In that minute, you should be fighting and struggling, like really grunting, really like getting after it. But again, these are good holds for Nina. But if I wanted to add like more open hand, she'd be having a much tougher time. But again, not everyone is as strong as Nina Williams. So this works really good for a lot of our members and a lot of the people that I work with. Atta girl, keep it going. Nice. Okay, now I'm going to switch it up. So she's going to go here. So go up to these two and hit these guys.
Yeah, she's looking
give her
pretty
some
comfy
harder
on
ones.
that wall.
Then come back down. Good. Now I give her some harder ones to use. Okay. So now I'll make it tougher for Nina. Come on, Nina. Good. Come on. That's it. Come on. Here. Good. Right hand. Come on. Get it. Good. Back down. Come on. That's it. Good. So see her really jerking back. Okay. I want her trying to stay tight. Come on. Good. That's it. Good. Come on. Again, as a trainer, I'm going to give her a little bit of a power spot. Okay. Not too much, but I want her to stay on long enough so it's just like really brutal for her. Come on. That's it. Yeah. Good. Come on, Nina. Good. Come on, Nina. Come on. Breathe. Come on. Go again. Come on. Nice. Rest. Okay. She's going to rest for 10 seconds. Now I'm going to make her do pull-ups. 10 seconds. So you can do pull-ups on these pinches here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull-ups to failure. So again, just another superset. Go. Come on. 1. That a girl. Come on, Nina. 2. Good. Come on. 3. Good. Rest. Good. So, how's that?
Pumpy.
That a girl. Good. That's one set. I'd usually make her go through maybe 8 to 10 sets. All right. Just really get after it in that anaerobic zone for this part of the workout. Again, if you have assistants board at your gym, ask them to set up some sort of pinch ladder. Again, it's just good. It's just boom, 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 boom. Really simple, but it's a good drill. People like it. Then you just superset it with like a set of pull-ups, or you don't even have to do that if you don't want to. You can just do that, rest for 2 to 3 minutes, and do it again. Try 8 to 10 sets of that.
Get some really strong forearms that way. Yeah. Somebody wants to know, Mr. Kafka, do you have any recommendations for tendonitis of the medial epicondyle?
Any tendonitis?
Yeah, tendonitis.
I mean, a lot of this, like a lot of people, what I've seen here, it works for them is like there's the rotations. You know,
Yeah.
they might take like a long PVC pipe. It's really like gonna really stretch it out. So it's like the dumbbell is kind of short. The longer it is, you're gonna kind of get like a more pull on it. So that's what's been really helpful for a lot of people. And then doing like band rotations, you know, external, internal. I mean, if you're having bad tendonitis stuff, I would even look at your program, you know, kind of how much you're doing, how much pull you're doing. You're doing any cross training to really take pressure off that, like push-ups, tricep workouts, stuff like that. So
Push-ups have helped me in the past with that.
So
I actually just got asked this question on my blog a few days ago, and I recommended something called contrast immersion, which involves, say, it's your elbows that have tendonitis. So you take a bucket of ice water and a bucket of hot water. And you dip your elbows in the hot water for 5 minutes, switch to the ice water for 5 minutes, hot water for 5 minutes, and then end on the ice water for 5 minutes. And it actually flushes out all the blood in your... still out of breath from that workout. It flushes all the blood out of your muscles and really helps the tendonitis out, I've found from experience.
So Ceiling Cat Disciple asked a question earlier, and they have another one about recovering on the wall on long routes, but they have a limiting factor. They just climb in a bouldering gym.
Yep.
So you're just climbing down there, and you want to get some endurance, how to recover. I would say is find a knee bar, but I guess if you can't do that.
That's where we use a lot of the heart rate training. If you're trying to recover, you want to drop your heart rate. Okay, so that's how you're going to know like if you're recovering on wall or not. So obviously you're going to want to grab on a good hold. If you have a heart rate monitor, kind of track where you're at. As soon as you're down to like the 130s, 120s, you know you're recovering. If you're having an issue with that, if you can't drop it down, again, focus on your breathing. Slow your breathing down, and try and actually like slow down the heart rate. I think a lot of climbers are just like they're very tense when they climb. They don't breathe properly. That's going to help you recover a lot. So like one drill I know Justin does is like he'll literally just have someone learn how to do a relaxing breath, like really slow your body down. You know, when you're pumped, it's like learning how to control your breathing, how to regulate your heart rate. And I think that's a tough thing for a lot of climbers. So like when Nina, if she's going through a hard workout and her heart rate's at like 180, and I tell her to grab on that jug and slow it down, she might sit there for 4 or 5 minutes so she's in recovery zone. So that's why I like the heart rates, because you can really know what zone you're in. So you think you might be recovered, but your heart rate's still at 150, 160. You don't know that, and you try and go, and then you fall. But if Nina knows, I'm like, all right, Nina, your heart rate's at 115. All right, go. You know, she's like recovered, her body's feeling good, and she can try and finish the route. So, yeah.
Cool. Let's ask one more about, it's from Mower9. How many drills you combine for a basic training session, or how long would that basic training session last?
Depending on...
Kind of depends where you are.
It really depends on what level you're at. You know, if I work with someone like a Nina or these higher-end athletes, they can go 3 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if I have someone who works a regular job and they come in, like an hour might be all they can handle.
Yeah.
You know, so I know like right now, started going to San Francisco a lot for work, and the climbers out there, they're really motivated, but typically right now for them 2 hours is like pretty tough.
Yeah.
You know, so for drills within that time frame, maybe 3 or 4, because I need to make sure that you're recovering. You know, like Nina in a typical session, we might get it through, I don't know, 5 to 6 different rounds of different drills, you know, just all focused on the same thing. But yeah, it just depends where you're at, what you can handle, and like, you know, you just might get so tired after an hour and a half, there's really nothing else you can do after that. So, yeah.
How about one more
Sure.
question about keeping your feet on, toeing in and making sure your foot sticks. Some drills for that. That's a lot of core.
A lot of core. So we'll do things here. It's like really like walking your feet around. You know, I know Justin, he does that with a lot of his clients for like that technical aspect where he'll like have them on certain holds and have to step their feet through, but really focus on keeping their hips in. Okay, and I think too, like when you're toeing in, like there's a lot of quad activation there. So that's why
Maybe
I think
even some
like,
glute.
you know, like quad, calf, because I toe in, my calf flexes. Okay, like my glutes, pulling that in nice and tight. I think that's why working your legs is super important for climbing. I'm not saying like squats and deadlifts, but like bodyweight squats, lunges, things like that to help you like learn how to like activate those muscles so you really pull in. So I think that's really good. So
Cool.
I think that's about it.
Okay, well then you should let us know if the Team of 2 fall session is full or still has some space.
Team of 2 fall session is almost full. We launched that, I think the 3rd week in October it opens up, but we're already halfway full for both groups. So if you want to get on the fall session, email Justin and I, Contact Movement. Let us know if you want to do it. And yeah, so, but it is almost full. Cool. Yeah, great. Well, thanks, guys. That was awesome. Nina, thank you. Andrea, Kris, thank you. And we'll see you guys back in a few weeks. Have a great day, everyone, and be blessed. Thanks.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Dude,
Cool.
Thanks, man. That was rad.
For sure.
Thanks, girl. Good.